attracted you to come into the e-commerce business school, and what specifically were the outcomes that you were hoping to get in terms of getting into an Amazon business?
Well, what attracted me, and this is a little funny, was actually the sincerity that you exude when I watched YouTube. I saw your video on YouTube, and you sound really sincere as you encouraged us to look for new opportunities. And of course, I'd always wanted to get into a business. I've tried, of course, network marketing businesses in the past and didn't do well for various reasons. And since I've been in the business now, I think what keeps me going is, I would say, the community, the motivation and the inspiration that I receive from the coaches, and of course the technical staff, because Loretta is very helpful too.
He's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, he's always there for our members. Whenever you need him, he's there. So you're not even yet done with your 90-day peak performance mentoring, correct?
No, I'm not.
But here it's been almost 90 days. What would you say that, like, what have you accomplished in terms of what we say is we're going to help you set your foundation for your Amazon business?
What I've accomplished so far is automation. I've relied on outsourcing, so I've outsourced prep center, I've outsourced VAs who handle much of the labor-intensive tasks, which is sourcing, and I've accomplished just learning. I think of what I'm learning as a capstone project, because I actually get to follow the theory and then apply the theory and see the results, see the business build and come to a fruition.
I've not heard that phrase used before, the capstone. What did you call it?
Capstone project. It's what we learn in college.
Okay, well there you go. So this is my capstone project that I'm going to do. All right, so there are people who are watching who are thinking about starting an Amazon business, but how exactly does that work? So what would you tell the folks who are watching this now? Twofold. Is Amazon, is this a worthy business model to get into? And then secondly, as e-commerce business school, what do you have to say to folks in terms of us as a trusted resource to help people get there?
Most definitely. One of the things I thought, and I even asked around, is the e-commerce business saturated? Is it near saturation? And it is not. As we know that Amazon is still growing leaps and bounds, and I think most recently I heard that they're about to outpace Walmart in terms of revenue. So no, it is still a viable business to get into, and one of the things I look at is having team members, having help, having assistants, and getting advisors, and I've received much of that from the staff. So I think that's one of the things that keep me going.
Awesome. I'm curious, what do you do currently as a job, and has there been any kind of crossover or tie-in relative to your professional career?
Yes, I'm a medical device sales rep, and I manage a hearing center.
Okay.
So as part of that, of course, I'm involved with inventory, I'm involved with finance, marketing, okay. So I was able to leverage much of those skills and use them in the e-commerce business.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, your recommendation for people, like this could be my out, if you will, whether a second career or that proverbial side hustle.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you recommend?
Definitely a 10.
A 10 it is?
Definitely a 10.
Alrighty. Any last closing thoughts you want to share before we get it around?
Yes, one of the things I learned through the e-commerce business program at EBS, we did an analysis on our personality, and e-commerce business definitely fit my personality profile.
Awesome.
I've known for quite some time that sales really is not my most dominant trait, though I've been in the sales profession for more than 10 years.
Wow.
My analytical skills are my strength, and that's what I get to use largely with the spreadsheets, with working and leading the VAs, with communicating with, so yes, I think that's
I got to give you a high five on that. Because winning in life is really learning what your strengths are and playing to them. So you took Strengths Finder?
Yes, I took Strengths Finder.
There you go. That's fantastic. Thank you very much for sharing that with us. We're at a student mixer, and it's been great to connect and get this direct feedback from you. So I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
It used to be said if you're not online, you're not in business. That's from like 15 years ago. All right. Now it's that if you're not on Amazon, you're not in business.
Regardless of that big dream, you've got to build a foundation. You have to have a business that has cash flow.
You need more cash? Go out and source some more. shove those products into Amazon, what's going to spit out the other end is profit. It's that simple, isn't it?
Then they start looking at it as, this really is a system. So how can I add more to my system? How can I start to scale this?
That's why this is so integral, each pillar leading up sequentially to that long-term reliable business.
These are the real assets then that somebody who wants to buy a business, this is what they look for.
This is the brand launcher, the career launcher, the income launcher. It's a beautiful thing. And I know you're going to love what this can do for you. You're going to get a vision. You're going to get a vision to grow your business, to sell it for a profit, kind of show your pals, your friends, your family.
Yes, you can make $1 million just selling on Amazon alone.